check for leaks. Only leak right now is the vape coming out. The vape. See what we got here. What's for dinner, baby? No leaks. There you go. That's the Rob H Tech torque spec right there. Revel VLS Oil Pressure Gauge, my WRX. I'm not going to do a whole unboxing. I'm just going to show you what's up. This is the gauge itself. This comes with it if you want the hat. So this is the wiring harness for the sensor itself. This is wire for daisy chaining. Has a pod. Right now I'll just be using this. Check it out. Right there is where the clutch lines go through. And on the bottom, there is a piece that looks like a mouth right there. And that I can put a hole in, and really small hole. Just put the wire through there, and then silicone that hole up, seal it up, call it a day, because otherwise this is going to take forever. And then we'll take a look at this later. But if you look, there's your AC compressor. Right there's an oil gallery plug. We're going to pull that out. This is 12 millimeter. I'm going to take off the intercooler just so I can get in there more easily. These are all 12, alright? You need to take off these two, then these two, then these two here, and there's one back here that holds this on. For the turbo, you're just going to clip these up to get this off. You just pull them up and you hear it click. And then once you put it back in, put this on and just push this down. That's it. And I always break these loose before I use the automatic ratcheting. There. Way that this thing, it literally just sits in there. This should come off like that. Okay, this should just pop out of here. Pushed it, and then I pushed it too hard, and that ground came out of the firewall. It's 25 degrees out right now. I had to get a blow dryer and heat that thing up on the outside and inside. Then boom, popped right back in. But before I heated it up, that little son of a bee wouldn't get in there. I'm going to take a razor, this style here, and I'm going to put a little slit through there. I don't even know if I can get my blade in there. What the hell? Pushed it out of the firewall, so I'm going to have to heat that back up again to put it back in the way it goes. Put my wire fisher through there. Obviously the grommet has to be put back into place once I get this thing in there, but so we'll take this, tie it on here, and pull it through. That wire's in. Try to show you in here. Wire's already in here. Just gotta disconnect that, whatever. And how's it? So yeah, up there you can see the wire comes through the grommet. Now you have to put the grommet back in the firewall. Let's get this in here, and then I'll show you hooking it up to the fuse box and what fuse I use and all that. Get your multimeter out. Pull this fuse door out of here. This thing just pops out of here. Just take it off and check, make sure you have all the clips still on it. Alright, that'll give you access in here to run the wire up to here. Now, I've already tapped this fuse for other stuff. I already tapped it before, So that's my switched power. So I only need one for continuous power for the meter, and it uses switched power too because it's using a transistor relay to turn it on and off. That's why it needs power for both. But up under here is some other ones, see? So I think it's better to just go ahead and tap one of these because the wire comes in right here. And let's see, I don't know how long the wire is. The freaking power wire is literally like 8 inches long. How are you supposed to use this at all for anything? I mean, seriously? Now I gotta spend time extending all these wires? That's how much wire they give you from there to right where that red tape, the first red tape is. That's it. Some kind of clown somewhere. I had to extend the white, the red, and the black. I'm not using the orange. These wires, man, they really need to make them longer. I had to run it all through here. I spared you guys the whole process. All right, I grounded it to the trunk release bolt, and I checked it. I get 12.5, which is basically no drop at all. I used fuse 15, add a fuse. They're the micros like that. And then I'm gonna add a fuse in here where I showed you earlier for constant power. Those, the top two are constantly on. The bottom three are switched power. So I'm just gonna add a fuse in there. I had to, of course, solder all my joints. You know, this took some time. They really need to make this a little bit better, but you know, whatever. I will always double check my power wire before I plug up everything into the power. I take my multimeter and put it on continuity. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And I will connect to my new power wire with it disconnected, of course. And I'll check if I have continuity between ground. No continuity to ground. So that's good. No short anywhere. Yeah, that's to make sure when you plug this thing in, you don't instantly blow something up. Kaboom! In. But let's see if it turns on. Hopefully nothing goes wrong here. One click. Alright. Accessory. On. Regular wrench on this sucker because you want to feel how much turning it. You don't want to cross thread anything. God damn. I'm using a Torque Solutions M18 1.5 to 1/8 NPT. It shows up as being for a, I don't know, 17 to 21 WRX or STI, but it does fit. I already tried it in there. It's a 17 mil to get it in there. The threads already come. For sealant art and crusher washer. And here's the old one if you want to compare. Now I did already put this in just to make sure it fits. It's the same depth and everything. Make sure you cover that hole. You don't want anything falling in there, man. Get it started by hand. I can feel the sealant on it giving me some resistance, and it's going in no problem. Alright, it looks like it's 18 pound-feet, foot-pounds, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I tighten by hand. Sometimes I just do a quarter turn and done. This has a crush washer in it, so I'm not really all that worried about it. You really should use a deep dish on it. And all I have is an O2 sensor socket right now that fits it. Alright, this is 7/8. So you can see this comes with the sealer already on there. And hopefully nothing got in that hole. Anyway, I tested this sensor first, and it did fit no problem. So it is 22 millimeter, but you need a deep dish, thin wall. Alright, that's not gonna work. It's thick wall. So you need a thin wall because the space is too close in here. Alright, I'm gonna try to use a crow's foot. Compressor in the way. So that ain't gonna work. I don't have anything to get this in here properly. Obviously you can see what I'm about to do here. Basically, I'm just going to get this thing in here tight enough so it seals. Gotta get this back together so I can even drive. Just make sure you don't grip the actual sensor. I'm going to try to fill that hole up with some silicone. Get this out, get this out of here. It just slides into place. The bolts are so long. It just snaps back in. This thing can do up to 45. Earlier, pop these up, and when this just slides back in, and then you just push this clip down, and it seals. So right now, I can start it. That looks good so far. That's cold. 95 psi cold. The sunlight makes this thing flicker, look. I guess it's because it's the OLED, but I ain't really sure. I need the hat. Probably not. Oh, there you go. It's not flashing now. So I guess the sunlight messes it up. What the hell? Oh, yeah, look, check it out. The sunlight makes the LEDs flash. That's crazy. But it's definitely easy to read. Like, inside, it's easy to read it. Alright. 68. Let's see if I rev it. I mean, the oil temp's only 100, so... Alright. That's about right. 70, 80, when it's cold. Alright, cold start. That's what it looks like at night. Outside temp 23. You can see I just started it. That's why there's no oil temp yet. Looks good, actually.